right, guys, so what do we do at 185 pounds, right? I mean, I got to tell you, that's always the question that we ask in this spot. And quite frankly, it's a little annoying. I'd rather not be part of it. But I find myself doing it every time. It's almost like a fix I can't get out of. Dana White will be asked that tonight, guaranteed. So what are we going to do next at 185 pounds? And he'll say, guys, I don't know, let's see what happens. Now, the answer Dana has to give, just so you understand why so infrequently a fight is made at the post-fight press conference. So infrequently. You could count it on one hand in all 20 plus years where it's happened. But just so you understand why, when you say let's see what happens, you got to talk to both guys. You got to get an injury report, and we have to hear from the commission. We got to get the drug test back. I mean, for all anyone knows, a guy's in the back, he's got a broken hand, and he just didn't flinch and try to get everyone to give sympathy for on TV, right? Not everybody that gets hurt needs to come and tell the announcer. Some of them handle it like actual men. So Dana can't get there at a press conference and start telling you what's next. There's just things that you have to do. There's people you have to talk to first. We've had fighters, just so you understand. I told you count on one hand how many times he's gone to a post-fight and made a fight. But within that one hand and with the few times he's done it, he's made a fight, told the world, had everybody run with it, got all the media, got the headlines, got people lining up interviews. We're off to go. The fighter hasn't yet agreed to it, and he will turn the gun and hold that against him. You already promised the world. You already promised the world you were going to get me, but you don't have a deal with me. Now I need more. Happens all the time. So it's a very difficult and precarious spot to go to a press conference and make the fight. I'm just letting you know why that happens. I'm sharing with you the insight as to why that answer needs to be, let's see what happens, as opposed to getting in front of something. Now, what do you want to happen at 185? The only thing that you have in common with 85-pounders, all of them, and there's some tough sons of bitches, but they got one thing in common. They don't want to fight each other. You will not find two 85-pounders that have called each other out. Not just in the top 5, which are the only 5 that matter. Go all the way to 10. Go to 10 just for fun. Go look at it right now. Pull up the ranking right now and look at the top 10. Now, of those names, show me someone that called out someone else in that same ranking. You won't have it. It's shocking. So we kept Robert Whittaker on ice. Robert Whittaker's the top-ranked guy. He's the #1 contender anytime you want to do it. Nobody would disagree. The X's and O's of Whittaker versus Pereira are truly interesting, truly. But we kept him on ice. It doesn't seem as though anyone's going to pull him from the bench and put him in with Izzy. It doesn't seem like that. They were 2-0. It wasn't something that people want to see. So I don't think that he was being held to take on the winner no matter what. I think he was being held to take on the winner as long as the winner was Alex. That's what I think. Nobody's told me. Martin Mator had been very quiet. Cannonier already been in there with Izzy. Not that he's calling for it anyway. Sean Strickland not quite in a position to go into a title fight. Paulo Costa, hands full with Chimaev. What do you want to do, guys? I'm just asking, what do you want to do? Because I know what you don't want to do. You don't want to see Izzy and Pereira again. I understand that. Is there something you'd rather see? Is there a stronger argument or case that you could make? And you've got to understand, doing Izzy and Pereira, the second one, it was the right thing to do, but that's the only reason we did it. Right? We don't do a lot of things in this sport just because it's the right thing to do. Come on. Every now and then, seldomly, we will show a respect to the integrity of the ranking or the #1 contender. Seldomly. But we did this fight because it was the right thing to do. You have to understand that. That alone got this fight. You have to understand that. Because Izzy could have come and got it. Izzy is the most dominant guy, could have come and got it. Izzy, who has the respect of all the rest of the boys because he's laid them all out, could have said, anoint me, put me in front of you, you know I deserve it. And they just said, we do. But none of that happened and they still got the fight. Now, I'm just offering for you, right? Because it's a very different scenario. Come Monday morning, if Alex demands the fight. Don't think of going into the fight, his third fight, same as they did nothing. They've got a story in a kickboxing world. They think people know it. Nobody actually does, right? Their Twitter fans know it, so they think the world knows it. Don't compare it to that. Compare it to what could happen, which is Pereira wakes up and demands another fight. That's a very different world. If Pereira is to say, I want to go to 205 pounds, which a lot of us have predicted, what does he do there? Do you believe that he goes right into a world title fight? There's only been one guy to be an 85-pounder, get finished, and move up to a world title fight, and you happen to be looking at it. It's never happened again, but there was an art and a skill that I don't believe is here. I don't believe is possessed. So do you think that Pierre would go up to a non-title fight as opposed to stay where he's at against his greatest nemesis and demand a rematch? Right, because you're going to have to give me two answers, because you're going to have to look at this two different ways. The way that you did and that you're capable, which is just what you know right in this moment, and then the way a genius does it, which is to look forward and understand the psychology forward if the guy that woke up today as champion wakes up tomorrow and is pissed off and demands his belt back. There was no effort done to get this rematch. What if there is an effort done to get the trilogy? Do you think we blow in that direction, or do you think we put Robert Whittaker in? I mean, do you see where things are very different? I know you're hearing the rumors of Paulo Costa and Chimaev. I'm hearing those rumors too, but guys, that's many, many, many months away. I mean, that is way down. We're 5 and 6 months away from that fight, just so you understand. Something's going to happen at middleweight. There's going to be a title fight. It's going to be booked. Is there a way? Is there a reasonable way around us just accepting now we're going to have to watch this trilogy?